Well, first up is an update of the Storage and Backup Refresh project. Our presenters this morning will be Mike Chalkwater and Jim Nauer. Good morning, you two. How you guys doing?
Good morning, Jay. I'm Mike Chalkwater here with Jim Nauer, and we're covering the Storage and Backup Refresh project. So let's take a look at the background. UTech provides network storage and backup services to faculty and staff on a subscription basis. Our current system was implemented in 2010. Various components are reaching end of service life. We no longer have vendor service and support, and we're also unable to take advantage of new features and functions available industry-wide. Let's take a look at the end user environment. There's three parts to this. There's network storage, commonly known as Sicily. This is storage that's used for applications. If you use Microsoft Office applications and you have a department drive and you share files, update files, network files with those applications on your department drive, that's what that is. There's also block storage. This is database storage used in the data center. It's also storage used for our virtual machine platform in the data center. And the third part is backup service. This is where network storage files are backed up to protect against data loss, and they can be recovered at a later date if the need arises. Now let's look at our next steps. Well, currently we've tested and documented the new network file storage system, which is being called the Sicily replacement. We've revised the end user documentation and the help desk scripts. What's upcoming is to implement cloud storage solutions that will enhance the new backup and NAS systems capacity. And also, we will begin migrating network shares and users' network shares from Sicily to the new system. Jim, can you elaborate on this illustration we have?
Well, Mike, since last month, we've finally started making some real progress on moving data to the new system. The bulk of the data that has been moved so far has been using the NFS protocol. That's mostly internal to the data center, and it's shares that are used by other application servers, mostly web servers of one sort or another, and a number of the back-end servers that make processes for ITS services work. So, for example, the websites that handle password resets and registering computers on the network, those all use that type of shared storage. As you can see from the graph there, we're about 3/4 completed with that move, although a large portion of what we've completed is actually deleting data that is no longer needed. So we're retiring a lot of legacy systems and the data associated with them. We've also started to make some progress on moving what's called the SIF shares on the slide here. Those are actually the Sicily shares. So we are just getting started with those. We have some production data that has moved over, and we're just beginning to schedule moving end user data.
Okay, now we're at a point we can open up to any questions from the audience.
Yeah, we got a couple questions for you guys. One of them is, what does an end user need to do to map drives to the new storage system?
Okay. This is kind of a review of what we've gone over in past months. It depends. The answer is it depends on how the end user's computer is configured. There are some systems where a central administrator controls desktop settings, managed through Active Directory, for example, on Windows systems. Those can be updated completely transparently to the end user. All the Active Directory administrator for that department just needs to change a group policy that sets drive mappings, for example, and the user's M drive or Q drive or whichever letter it is will automatically update to the new location. Users whose systems are not managed that way, who have just a manually set drive mapping on their computer, will need to make a one-time configuration change in Windows. You need to delete the old drive mapping and set a new drive mapping. And we provide documentation for that, and we will coordinate the timing of that with the actual data move. Similarly, Mac users don't have drive letters mapped as such, but you may have either a login item or a shortcut on the desktop that just needs to be deleted and replaced with one that points to the new location.
Thanks for that, Jim. Another question here is, and I don't know how simple of an answer this will be, but when can I expect the file storage to be moved?
Well, we are just beginning the end user data moves now. We have some internal data that is used within UTEC has already been moved, and we're basically working with some other users in UTEC. We'll use them to effectively test and debug our documentation. We like to practice on our own staff first to make sure that by the time we've got the procedure out to the rest of the university, it works pretty smoothly.